Now, Lions versus Vikings. Lions versus Vikings. Let's not forget about how good Jared Goff is. And we are misappropriating the success for the Detroit Lions. Giving all the credit to Dan Campbell. We are forgetting about Jared Goff and who he is and what he's done, right? Jared Goff led the Rams to the Super Bowl in 2019, but they came up short and they lost to New England 13-3. Don't forget this Jared Goff guy. We keep talking about Dan Campbell and the great job he's doing because he is doing a great job. But Jared Goff, he is a Super Bowl quarterback, right? Mm-hmm. And then, right, after he leads the Rams to the Super Bowl, the Rams decided he wasn't good enough to be the starting quarterback on the team anymore. So they traded Goff to Detroit with a couple of first-round picks for Matthew Stafford to become the starting quarterback for the Rams, right? Now, for Jared Goff and the Detroit Lions, this is some very valuable experience for this team to have on their team, being that they're not used to winning or playing postseason football. Jared Goff comes in there, being that he's been to the Super Bowl, went through the playoffs already. A lot of people don't recognize that, right? So this is going to be very important. I kind of counted Detroit out. I can't count them out now because of the experience that I forgot. Now I realize that what's driving this team is an experienced quarterback who's been to the Super Bowl with another team. And the only reason he's at this team because they made a swap and they feel like he couldn't get the job done. So, hey, man, let's not forget about Jared Goff and stop giving all the credit to Dan Campbell because Jared Goff, he is playing amazing and he is reviving his career over there. And you know, everybody else at the Detroit Lions too, they are playing good overall. But I had to single Jared Goff out because I don't see him getting enough attention and enough recognition because he is a Super Bowl quarterback. You know, talk to me.
Right. Well, if you look at his stats from yesterday, it's 30 for 40, 267 yards, right? That's solid. Now, I don't know if it's Cam Newton's game manager solid because he didn't turn the ball over, but he didn't turn the ball over, had one touchdown. But overall, he's come into Detroit and made this team relevant. It was so many years everybody laughed about Detroit, but now everybody's looking at Detroit Lions like, wow, they're pretty good or they're starting to bet. And if you ever want to know what the trend is, look and see who teams or people who they're betting with fantasy. And Detroit is one of the most highly rated fantasy picks out there with all their players. They got Jamar Gibbs with the running back, who's very dynamic.
I like that. I like him, boy. Hey, he's going to be something to be reckoned with, too, coming up in the future in the NFL, too. He's fast, shifty, agile, strong. I like him. And
aggressive at the same time. He's like almost a throwback Alvin Kamara back in the day when Alvin came in the league. Like
a young one.
Yeah, a young one, man. So I really like them, and I really like the receiver.
William Jameson.
And then it's St. Brown, that kid.
Yeah.
He had over 100 yards. He's very consistent. So all of their centers on that team are clicking pretty good. So you add those offensive players and stars and playmakers, then you add the toughness of their defense, you know, not giving up a whole lot of
Dan Campbell.
It's meshing. Now
but you want to say he said he was an offensive line coach. Sorry, they say he was offensive line coach, but looked like he coaching the defense to me. But go ahead.
Right. No, he's a tough guy. I think he's gonna bring that edge. So anytime you got a guy that's a tough guy that's gonna impose their will, then you gotta have that quarterback, get you that solid foundation quarterback. You got a good recipe, man, for a successful team. I like the Lions as well.